and good morning and welcome to my studio. This is Dianne Mahaffee doing another lesson, a Pottersville lesson on throwing a cylinder, but this time adding texture to it. So you need to know how to throw a cylinder pretty well before you try this. And if you do not know how to throw a cylinder on the wheel, please refer back to my last video that I made. But it'll be something like this. You can see the cylinder and hopefully you can see the filigree texture around it. Now I'm going to talk about, this could become a mug had I not just decided to make a lid for it. So it's a lidded jar. But I will be teaching how to make texture after you've learned and perfected somewhat cylinders. And you may say, well, how would I texture it? Well, you could put a doily on the side and press it in while the clay's wet and just keep repeating it around. I'm going to show you how to do that. Or you could stamp it all the way around in many different areas. You could get something like a rubber mat that goes in a sink, and that makes some nice impressions. Or you could use a texture roller or even a corn cob and just roll some kind of natural pattern around your clay. So we're ready to get started. All right, after you form a cylinder, before you start texturing your cylinder, the first thing you need to do is collar it in. And I had just started collaring it in, but I'm going to make the mouth of my cylinder even more narrow than I want it to be in the end, because it's going to naturally stretch when I start doing texturing. All right, notice how I'm thickening up the lip each time. All right, I'm going to do that one more time. Collar means to narrow it and bring it up a little taller, because like I'm saying, when you start messing with it, with the texture, it's going to widen out naturally. So get it a little more narrow than you would like for it to be in the end. Also, get it a little bit smoother on the sides, because you want to accentuate your texture. So I'm going to use this smooth rib. Don't use the serrated rib. Right here. See, that has points on it. That's for scratching, scoring, and slipping. Use the smooth rib. You can even use a smooth wooden rib. All right, go real slowly. Put your hand down in it and turn this straight edge up against your pot. Notice I'm working in my 4 o'clock position. And I'm smoothing it out, taking away the throw lines. The throw lines are the natural potter lines that the fingers make. And a lot of times we like to leave those because the glazes break over those so beautifully and do this gorgeous effect with the glaze. All right, see how much slip came off? All right, so take it off. All right, now I think I'm going to do that one more time. Just smoothing it out. Usually the second time is when it makes a difference. Yeah, look how smooth. Notice my ribs coming up. And notice on the inside, I have my fingers like that for support. All right, so I've got it nice and smooth. I'm going to make sure the lip looks really nice. Okay, I'm going to make sure it looks okay down here. Okay, let's take a close look at it now. I'm going to get my sponge, squeeze it in and out inside the water so it's basically a nice thirsty sponge. Wipe off the bat so you can actually see your form. Get the water out of it. Or you could do that later, but I'm getting it out now because you certainly don't want to leave water sitting in your just made vessel because it'll make it disintegrate and crack because it'll dry much more slowly at the bottom than the top part when it's drying. Alright, so it's time to make some beautiful textures. Now you're going to think that I'm tearing it all up when I do this. So I just want to go ahead and let you know, but I won't be. Alright, I'm getting this texture roller. Remember I showed you can use doilies and rubber stamps and just different things, but this is a little wooden tool. Alright, I'm going to start in my 4 o'clock position and I'm going to roll this up. And it's going to distort the shape a little bit. Now I'll get it right here. But we're going to get that back, so don't panic. Alright, start low, roll it up. We're putting texture on. And this is a beautiful filigree texture. And I need to make some more of these mugs with the texture because people love them and I've run low on them. I've got a few at the store at Shops on the Lawn in Fort Lawn, South Carolina, and I've got a few at the Fort Lawn Community Arts Center and Gift Shop. So, and that's in Fort Lawn too. So you might want to check those out. This is my last spot. Alright, now let's look at that all the way around. The texture looks good. Let me see if I've missed anywhere. Right here. Right there. See that bare spot? Okay, I think I've got it all the way around. Alright, now you might say, well, how are you going to get it to straighten up? Easy. Alright, I'm going to wash this off because I don't want to let clay be clogged up in it. That's all the washing. Now, you're going to use a wooden spoon. I can't get my hands back out here again or I'll take off the texture. So I'm going to use my, well, first of all, I can do this. This will straighten it up a little bit. But the spoon's going to do a lot. Alright, so I'm going to get the wooden spoon, get it wet. I'm going to turn it this way and put it in here. So you can't, if you turn it this way, it'll mess it up. Because see, that'll be scooping your clay away. Because my wheel's going counterclockwise. So I turn it this way so you got that roundedness. Alright, now go start low and hold on to it. And start coming up slowly. And you'll start getting a beautiful belly on your cylinder. And right before you get to the top, you can stop and get some of that off. Alright, I'm going to go back down there and do that again. Make sure your spoon's wet. Now, if you've never seen this done before, what I'm showing you, well, that's it. Nobody does this much. And I wanted my folks that watch my YouTube lessons to be able to see. Alright, right before I get to the top, I'll ease it off. Alright, now, nice shape. Alright, so now I'm going to get this, and I want this mug to be closed up a little bit. Now I'm going to put this right here and it will smooth out that texture, which is good. I like the smooth against the texture. Hold it there for several rotations. I can even turn my lip out a little bit. And then ease off and take a look at your form. Great. Okay, so I'm going to use this for the bottom. This is the thing I like to stick in here and make a nice bottom. So I'm going to stick it in here. Hold it for several rotations. Ease out. All right, let's take a look at it. All right, nice. All we need to do now is put a handle on it. So take a quick look at this. So you can see that texture. All it needs is a handle, and it will be a beautiful mug. All right, let's talk about handles for a minute. I'm going to put this down on here. There's so many different ways to make a handle, but I was just going to show you a quick way. Probably the first handle you make is a coil handle, but I was just going to teach how to make a slammed carrot handle. All right, so I'm going to get a piece of clay about like this. I'm going to make a carrot with it. All right, now I'm going to roll it. Now, you'd usually do this on a table, not on the wheel. But this is handy. Right here in front of the camera. All right, it's beginning to get a little carrot looking. All right, now I need to cut it off by about right here. And I'm just guessing. All right, looks somewhat like a small carrot. All right, I'm going to slam it down on the table, but in this case on my back. All right, when you slam it down, you will notice it'll flatten nicely on one side, and on the other side's round. So I'll get my 2 fingers wet and come down and do this. Back up. All right, let gravity kind of bring it around into a nice curve. I think I want this on the outside. All right, gravity, pull it down into kind of like a candy cane shape, and then you would lay it on a table for maybe 15-20 minutes and let it get firmed up. But I'm going to just show you real fast here, just assuming that it's firmed up, a little bit firmed up. So you've got your handle, you've got your mug, and you're going to scratch and slip both ends in right here, and you'll put the handle on and let it dry, and you'll have something to be proud about when you drink your coffee or your hot chocolate. I hope you folks enjoyed watching this video on how to make texture out of just a plain cylinder and how to make a slammed carrot handle. Who would have ever thought? I hope you'll watch the next YouTubes and have a good day. Thank you for watching Art with Dianne Mahaffee. Bye.